every time he plays cricket. It feels like you should stop doing everything and come and sit on the sofa and watch him play.
Yeah, what a talent and what following here in Australia. That everyone in this crowd on their feet, it's nearly 50,000 people here, and they're all cheering. Great entertainer.
As a bowler, if I have to bowl at him, I'll be worried.
Oh, he's smashing through the covers. You're kidding.
In one-day cricket, he's probably right up there with the very best of all time.
India is very lucky to have someone like Virat Kohli.
His biggest plus point is he takes everything as a challenge.
He's unstoppable at the moment. Magnificent stunt there.
He comes across as a very flamboyant and very loud, but he's got a shrewd head.
He talks the talk and walks the walk, you know what I mean? He backs it up.
Such a difficult shot to play against the pace of Mitchell Johnson. Look at this, picked up just from outside off stump.
Once he smelt the coffee, there's no looking back.
Virat Kohli is different. Let's accept it. He's a champion player.
One of the modern greats in the limited over format.
It's actually not one word, it's role model.
That's ruined his day, his week, his year, if he falls short of that target. So that's one. This bloke is a winner. He wants to win.
The best knock so many people have ever seen. It's unforgettable. Yes, you won't see many better than that. That's for sure.
I think he is one of those guys who's going to drive Indian cricket really forward and up and to heights we have never seen.
Gets it through. There it is. Another double century for Virat Kohli. A wonderful display from the Indian skipper. He drives in the air and it's in the gap. He's made it. He'll complete just one and he's made his first Test 100, you'd have to say.
There was never a doubt about what Virat Kohli was destined to do. He was born to play and rule the world of cricket.
Well, a terrific knock.
2016 proved to be that very year when King Kohli left all his contemporaries miles behind.
Not many of them would have played an innings better than that one.
It all started in Australia, where India were at the receiving end, but Virat was proving to be a menace for the mighty world champions.
Virat, you beauty. That is a Kohli classic in Canberra. A wonderful, wonderful 100. Oh, he's gone. Up in the air, another catch is taken.
Despite Virat's stellar performances with the bat, India lost the series 1-4.
There it is. That is the record. In one-day international cricket, 19 matches in a row now they've won.
Cricket pundits had put the odds against India in the 3-match T20 series that was to follow. But Virat had other ideas. He wanted to make it 4-all. A challenge that was difficult but was certainly not impossible.
You don't want to challenge him. If you need to defeat Virat, you need to go with him. So that's how it is, because he loves any kind of challenge. If you tell him this is going to be impossible, this is not possible, that's like proper fodder for him.
Three match-winning knocks, 3 half-centuries, including an unbeaten 90 in the opening contest. And the result was a whitewash of the Kangaroos in their own backyard.
Virat Kohli take a bow this evening, beautiful batting. Takes the innings.
So it's not just the runs, but it's the match-winning runs which is important, and he exactly does that. So his match-winning ability, I think, glorifies his performances even more.
The best players and the best team players want to be in the hottest place in the kitchen. And I think Virat Kohli wants to be there. Give me the challenge, give me the hardships, and I'll come through it.
After a brief break of international cricket, Virat returned for the Asia Cup T20, seen as the dress rehearsal for the World T20 at home.
And you can see the flags are everywhere. There's India flags, there's Pakistan flags as well, and they're all getting it.
Traditional rivals India and Pakistan were up against each other in the clash of the tournament.
Oh, it's taken.
These two guys have got to make a big score. And they're in a bit of trouble.
Pakistan was skittled out for a mere 83 runs.
What is happening here?
The men in blue stuttered in their run chase with Mohammad Amir bowling at his best.
Oh, that's worth a shout too. That's worth a shout too. There's another one.
Once again, the onus was on Virat.
Probably the best of batsmen, the informed batsmen were tested by the fiery spell Amir bowled. But Virat Kohli respected that spell because he knew the target was not huge. He respected the condition, which were seeming condition, and once he got his eye in, once he got settled down, he started playing a lot of shots.
He showed nerves of steel and class that he only can possess. Virat missed out on a half-century, but the 49 runs he scored had its weight worth in gold.
Inside edge on that. I've got the finger. I thought I heard a second sound. Virat Kohli is distraught and say of all the many innings I've played, I'll remember this one with great warmth.
Eventually, he turned out to be the difference and was the catalyst in India's Asia Cup triumph. With overwhelming expectations, India headed into the World T20.
Took it into the leg side. There's a sweep. Is there another? Yes, he's given him.
A crushing defeat at the hands of Kiwis, and India had a nightmarish start to their campaign.
And then the ball is carried.
Up next was Pakistan, and the Virat factor was once again looming.
Mighty India against the magnificent Pakistan. It comes to you live and direct from Eden Gardens, Kolkata.
This time at the Mecca of Indian cricket, the Eden Gardens.
Oh, Baldev! Too quick for the left-hander in his play.
On a difficult track, India were chasing a tricky target of 118 runs.
It's easy doing it when you're in a good position. He does it in difficult positions as well. I've seen him in World T20 playing against Pakistan, not on a great pitch, but he stood up, and I've commentated on him, and I have said on a number of occasions this guy is batting on a different pitch.
Watching his masterclass from the stands was the master himself. The prodigy came up with the best possible tribute for the master and acknowledged it too. Virat once again turned out to be the difference, and India had opened their account in the tournament.
We have the result of the India-Pakistan match. Virat Kohli 55 not out, and India won this by 6 wickets.
He's got a shrewd head. I think he's aware of what he needs to do. His peripheral awareness is very good.
They outplayed Pakistan here, India. What a performance for Virat Kohli.
Virat's stature as a batsman was rocketing, and comparisons with Sachin Tendulkar were bound to happen.
Look at the people. Virat Kohli, when it comes to, as an Indian, taking the batting to another level, competing globally against all opposition, very much on par with Sachin.
But Virat doesn't get swayed away by these comparisons and stays grounded with a cool head on his shoulders.
Honestly, I feel very embarrassed. It's not fair on him. Honestly, he can't be compared to anyone.
After one high-profile clash against Pakistan, it was Australia next. A team that has traditionally been haunted by Tendulkar's brilliance with the bat. Virat too had established a reputation that Tendulkar had against the Aussies.
Lovely shot. Look at the way he's hit it along the ground. Standing Kohli. He advances. He goes
in the virtual quarterfinal, Virat slammed the door on Aussies and with it crushed their hopes of a maiden World T20 title.
Game against Australia in the T20 World Cup. I mean, somebody who chases that game down, and he literally hunted it down all alone.
hit away.
In the cricket folklore, that knock in Mohali will always be referred to as the hailstorm. The Aussies had to bear the brunt of Virat's onslaught, an unbeaten 82 to chase down 160, and India were home.
Best batsman by distance in the world.
Cricket world was at loss of words after what they witnessed in Mohali.
I think my first reaction was like just wow.
I think it was tremendous batting effort by him.
Yeah, I'd say Virat's up in the same league as someone like Viv Richards when it comes to dominating a game and turning a game around from hopeless situations.
His determination.
Virat looked like a man on a mission, and the Australian bowlers were at the receiving end of his masterclass.
He bats like a fast bowler's tenaciousness, you know what I mean? Like that. So he gives it back to him the same way you dish it out. A bit like Viv Richards would have done, yeah.
Chasing is an art, and Virat was proving to be a master at it. Conditions, pressure, expectations. Nothing could deter him.
That's in the gap too. And we'll run away for 4. When I said one full cricket, that's what I meant. You've only got to err by that much, and this man will pounce on you.
When it comes to chasing, he's driven by a special force that he generates from within.
Is there a better young man chasing total in international cricket at the moment?
For me, victory is the greatest feeling, and that for me is the biggest craving. Milestones along the way obviously feel even much better, but I think the eventual result while chasing, because I know there's a target on the board, and if you achieve that target, it's a victory.
In the semi-final, India were batting first, but it doesn't matter to this run machine. He's known to be the man for big occasions, and he did no harm to his reputation against the Calypso Kings.
What about that one?
An 89-run blitzkrieg powered India to 192 against the West Indies.
There's the 190s. We're now moving into a really good zone. If you're an Indian fan,
He was completely in the present moment. He wasn't thinking about his past performances. He wasn't thinking about his future goals as well. So that was I saw in Virat.
Nice shot from Simmons.
Johnson, Charles and Lendl Simmons were going hammer and tongs. As if Virat could do nothing wrong on that day, Dhoni threw the ball to his deputy.
Yes, it is a catch. There is nothing that Virat Kohli can't do. He's got the Midas touch.
Virat delivered, getting rid of Charles. But unfortunately, his individual brilliance couldn't take India home.
Oh, game over! Game over!
After all, cricket is a team sport.
And the West Indies have upset India.
The champion was left heartbroken.
and the dream's gone.
Well, it was difficult. I think in a couple of days it was very hard to digest it, purely because of the fact that I was really motivated to take the team all the way.
The World T20 loss had only added fuel to the fire burning within Virat. What unfolded in the IPL this season was beyond belief and extraordinary, to say the least.
I waited on that really well, and that will be a 6.
Reputations were torn to pieces, and the Royal Challengers Bangalore skipper took batsmanship to a different level altogether.
Beautifully played that, and away for 4 to bring up a 400 in 2016 and 2020 cricket.
4 centuries, yes. That was his assault this season in the IPL.
Unbelievable, outstanding, the consistency is unfathomable.
Virat was batting like a gladiator with a sword in his hand and slayed bowlers at will. No one was spared. Gujarat Lions were tamed like lambs.
2 of the world's best batsmen.
Virat showed Kings XI Punjab who the real king was. and Dhoni's Pune Super Giants looked like mere spectators as Virat took them to the cleaners.
His teammates, and it's a beautiful strike for his 100, his second 100 of this IPL.
As an IPL opponent, I was really happy to see him scoring so many runs, scoring 400s in a season. That's obviously not easy.
Kohli gets it away for 4. Kohli goes big. It's high in the night sky.
In the final, Virat was once again the showstopper with a half-century in the RCB's valiant run chase against Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Come in, there you go again. This is how he's helping his new partner there. That's a terrific shot. It's gone flat into the sand, and it's yet another 50 from this man.
The champion batsman had to settle as the second best.
Nicely played. It will go away for 4, but it is immaterial because Warner and his Orange Army are first-time winners.
Cricket world was abuzz with Virat's sensational streak.
They are champions in 2016.
What he has been able to achieve is superb, and hope he continues to do that.
He's got an exceptional knowledge of cricket, and he's probably one of the hardest trainers I've ever seen.
His ability to be consistent in what is quite an inconsistent game is a mark of how world-class he is. So.
But the man had more important goals to achieve.
For me, when people say that, oh, I'm probably batting as well as I ever have and all that stuff, I still feel that in Test cricket I still have a long way to go. Test cricket is something that when you perform in Test matches, it gives you immense satisfaction, job satisfaction.
And he didn't have to wait too long. It was time for India to don the whites and fly out to the Caribbean islands. Virat announced his intentions loud and clear in the very first knock in the West Indies.
There's a fielder there at the deep, and that's the signal that will take him to 200 runs. Anil Kumble is taking a picture. Sunil Gavaskar there applauding as well. He knows how it is to get double 100 as India captain, but Virat Kohli is the first Indian captain to get a double 100 outside India.
A maiden double 100, the first by an Indian skipper overseas, had set the tone for things to come.
When you are a batsman, it's all about maybe your presence at the crease. If you can bat like he bats, well, you have all the bravo, all the stuff, the strutting stuff, they can call it whatever, arrogance, whatever they want to call it. If you can bat as good as Virat Kohli, you can walk on your head, in my opinion. It's about you. That's you. If you can bat, as I said, if you can do it.
Virat led India to a historic 2-0 series win. For the first time ever, India had won more than one test to win a series in the Caribbean. The Indian home season had begun and New Zealand were next on Virat's radar. Indore it was, and Captain Courageous polished off Kiwis with a magnificent double 100 in the third test.
First Indian to score 2 double 100s as captain.
But it's great to see that he's still hungry, being the captain, being an established player, scoring runs all around the world. He doesn't take it for granted.
Virat's confidence had started to rub off onto his teammates as well.
He leads by example. Only if you do something, you can actually pull up your players and actually demand it out of your players. Every walk of the game, he tries and leads by example.
That's the kind of leader he is. He inspires us to, go out there and be the best every single day and work as hard as we can. And
Bolden! And Ashwin has done the trick once again.
Ravichandran Ashwin was just the kind of weapon Virat needed in his armoury. Virat was piling miseries with the bat and Ashwin was wreaking havoc with the ball.
Celebrate this wicket. Ashwin gets his 6th.
Result was a 3-0 whitewash of the Kiwis.
Taken. Ashwin takes the catch. Fitting end to this innings. It's Ashwin. That win in his name as well.
Now Virat had another prize position in his cabinet. A test mace and mission number 1 was accomplished.
All out 153 and India win by 321 runs.
I've got a few Man of the Match awards, so have the boys, but when they hold this, I think it's going to be a really special thing. The last time when the team got the mace, I saw from home. Now I'm able to hold it as captain, so very proud moment.
But Virat wasn't done yet against New Zealand. After a clean sweep in the test, it was time for the appetizers, the 5-match ODI series. King of chases was at it again.
Swung away, my goodness me.
Chasing a score of 285, it was raining boundaries from Virat's willow.
Picks up a single, get his 100th run, and also his 26th one-day international 100.
Kiwi bowlers were scurrying for cover as Virat hit an unconquered 154.
150 comes up for Virat Kohli.
He is an absolute street fighter, this bloke. He really is. I mean, that's why he's so brilliant in run chases in one-day cricket for India, because he sees that target and it's like, over my dead body, I'm going to get that target.
Virat added another feather to Dhoni's already illustrious cap with another series win. But India's biggest challenge was yet to come. England were here and history was against Virat. But Virat too was against the history this time. Virat chose to let his bat do the talking. On a deteriorating Vizag pitch, Virat kept his head down and struck a century that put him heads and shoulders above the rest. When he is at the crease, he can send chills down the spine of the opposition. But in the dressing room, it is different.
Inside the dressing room, there is a quiet sense of calm when he walks in at number 4. Even if we are 2 down early, there is a quiet sense of calm. You know that he will put something together.
But his best was yet to come. Fans thronged the Wankhede to see one man bat, and he rarely disappoints. Another double 100, his third this year, left England high and dry.
Mumbai rises to Virat Kohli. The double 100 for India's captain.
The epic knocks sealed the series for India with one more match to go.
Virat Kohli's double 100 in Mumbai was a terrific knock on that pitch, which was spinning, bouncing. You can say the English spinners were weak, but he still have to get those runs, and he was exceptional there.
He was more focused after getting 100. See, before getting 100, obviously any batsman is focused, is determined, but after getting 100, it is tougher.
In Chennai, the young guns revelled in company of Virat, the leader. The Poms were forced to surrender once again, and with it, this Indian team had erased the scars of 3 successive series losses to England.
75, they wrapped up this series 4-0, and they've played some compelling cricket along the way.
Virat extended his unbeaten streak to 18 tests, the longest for India, to cap off a memorable year.
It's just the beginning. It's nothing that we want to achieve. It's not even a tiny bit of that. So we understand where we want to go, but it's been a very good start, and hopefully the guys can keep putting this kind of effort and take the team where it belongs.
With Virat in action, every day is a Christmas, and he is the Santa Claus. 2016 was certainly the year of this champion, and we hope this is just the start of many more such years to come.
The Indian captain having the time of his life, and we're hoping 2017 will be as good as 2016.